Nice. Are we in this bitch?
We in this.
Are we perfectly in this bitch, though?
We got the camera.
Boom.
We got one stick.
We got chickadee check.
We got some recording going.
Yes, we do.
I'm feeling good.
Golly. DJ motherfucking Fusion on 608 motherfucking podcast.
What it do, bro?
Man, it's a pleasure, my boy.
Man, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor and a privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey.
You put on for the 608. I mean, it's in your name. It's in your blood.
Man.
That's what we're here for.
I must just be, like, reflecting off of you or you off of me or... Because, bro, you a motherfucking legend and you know it, boy. And your ass be putting on for the 608. Your ass be putting on for the artists. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's like, about building the community and the scene that you want to be, right?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like you really, like, make dreams come true by letting people fucking hear their song on the radio. 93.1 JAMZ.
Man, that's a big thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, being able to be that person that can open the door and enable somebody to get their song on the radio and be heard for thousands of people. Not like 20 people, not 200 people, not 1,000 people, like 50,000 people, 80,000 people. Like, you get some honest feedback.
Yeah.
You know, get an honest vibe about your song. And all you got to do is have a clean version of it.
That's the thing, right?
That's the thing. That's the thing that nobody has.
Yep.
And that's like the big mountain that I'm trying to overcome, and like also help people to like.
This is what I'll say, okay, and I'll say this: I am my own engineer and producer and recording artist, etc. So I'm fully capable of making my own clean mixes, and in fact, I have many times.
Yep.
However, I've been through numerous occasions where my shit gets stolen, my hard drives, my laptops.
Yeah,
but at the end of the
recover.
day, that's on me. Like, you have to keep your shit backed up on some other shit. You know what I'm saying?
But there's also still ways to move forward. Like, if you got the dirty version of your song and you can still get the instrumental.
Right.
Like, now we still in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I mean, sometimes you may just have to re-record it.
Yeah. And I'm just saying that because my advice was going to be that when you are finished with the song, then right then and there, make sure that you got the final mastered song. And when you have that, make sure you got the instrumental, you know, with at least some kind of mastery channel, just so it's at a good optimum volume, even if that's not mastered itself. And then get your show mixes. Get a couple different versions of them. Maybe if you have live instruments on there, with or without those, and with or without ad libs, or you know,
be ready to go for all situations.
That's what I'm saying. But if you do that, because you're already, you know, you got to work with the engineer to get that final mastering. If you're not doing it yourself, if you're getting that final file, so you might as well just make sure that a part of that is also getting the instrumental and the show mix. Or the clean version. But
as the artist, it's your responsibility.
That's what I'm saying.
To come out with every tool that will open the doors that you need them to open.
Yep.
And you know, when it comes down to, you know, monetization as an artist, as a brand, not every stage is going to be down with everybody coming out swearing and dropping N-bombs and just, you know, just being street with it. So, you know, you have to have that backup plan. Not every song has to have a clean version, but the ones that are going to put you on a spotlight, the ones that are going to put you on a stage.
The ones that you're really pushing, I mean.
Yeah, your focus tracks. You should definitely have a clean and a dirty version.
Definitely.
Absolutely, man. So it's an
Give
honor
him the
to be
games,
here,
y'all.
bro.
He's jotting it down. He's etching it in the stone for y'all, man. For real.
Yeah,
Get that clean
hopefully
version,
I'll drop
man.
a few more gems along the way too, man. You know, like, you know, I mean, hit me with all them questions, bro. Like, you know, I got knowledge for days, and I love to share it.
Yeah, because, like, it's crazy, right? Because there's, like, different kinds of radio, right? Mm-hmm. So you got, like, you know, like 89.9 WRT. That's a different type of radio than what you guys do.
Community radio.
Right.
Yeah, so I work in terrestrial radio, FM radio, satellite radio, monetized radio. Here in Madison, you know, that's 93.1 JAMZ, Z104, big entities like that have huge towers. You turn on every car in the area and you can hear it, right? 89.9 is a great resource. It's a community radio tool, but it's got a small tower. It's limited, and, like, you know, as far as radio concerns, like, nobody tracks what they play. Nobody tracks what they're doing.
Right.
The music changes every hour.
Exactly.
So if you're an artist that's aspiring for a Billboard position and for, you know, being seen on another level with other artists, like, that's not an avenue that's going to get you attention.
Right.
But that's a great place to go if you've never done an interview before, it's a great place to go and learn. It's a great place to go and still get some feedback, because there may not be same 80,000 people listening to it as commercial radio, but there's still thousands, 10, 12,000 people that listen to it.
Right.
And that's a huge audience.
Definitely. And so, like, how does it, you're saying monetize radio, so how does it work? How does money flow into radio and out of radio?
Well, as an artist, with radio, you get paid in royalties. That's what ASCAP and BMI and Sound Exchange collect. You have to choose either to be with ASCAP or BMI, and Sound Exchange is open for everybody. They collect your money in satellite radio, internet play, in different places where FM radio isn't at. But, that's like one
Pandora
step.
Or something.
Yeah, Pandora, Spotify, all that different streaming. But that's like one step in the process. Like those companies collect your money, but somebody has to tell them how much money they're collecting.
Right.
And that's where different services like MediaBase and BDS come in.
Right.
Like this is a service that tracks airplay.
Right.
Like MediaBase is owned by iHeartRadio, which used to be Clear Channel. They own, 70% of radio across America. They created their own charting system. And then they monitor any station that's in like Hot 100 markets,
Nice.
Anybody that could be competition to them, and they put it all in there. And that's kind of like the gold standard in the industry. Like you're trying to build a portfolio inside of that collection of database, right?
Right.
And then, like that's Z104 in Madison is iHeart. 93 on JAMZ, we're an independent company. We're Midwest Family Broadcasting. We report to Nielsen BDS. Nielsen owns SoundScan, and they collect data as well. So both of these two companies combine and compile their data, and then they send that to Billboard.
MediaBase and SoundScan. Nielsen.
Nielsen and MediaBase are the two charting systems for radio,
Right.
and they take and compile their information. That goes to Billboard, and that's what's generated the Billboard charting positions for album sales and for singles. And then that position and that data is what goes to ASCAP and BMI and generates a royalty payment.
Word. That's amazing.
So if you're not in all of those different places, you're not actually getting a check. Like you may own your song, you may own the rights to your royalties, but you're leaving the money there.
But do you really have to like do a crazy radio campaign, or like how does something take off when you put it on the radio to where it's gonna like financially benefit someone on that side?
I mean,
did they have to get in crazy amounts of stream or like of radio play? And
the radio kind of goes to the things that hit viral.
Right.
Like right now, you used to hear like SoundCloud rappers, like Post Malone was discovered on SoundCloud, right?
Yeah.
It was YouTube, then it was SoundCloud. Now it's like TikTok trends and Shazam trends. Like they're looking in different places, and they're trying to like create an algorithm just like everybody else has. So
because they create the algorithm to just like pool up all the data, because that's really where the money is at in this day and age right now. It's just the data.
Well, the data is huge, like, and like as an
consumer
artist,
behavior and shit, and all that. Like
as an artist, you've always been up against a wall, right? And the record labels basically right now, like they pit signed artists against each other. They have one budget, and they'll put 5 artists up on a dice, and they'll roll the dice, and like whoever gets the best streaming numbers is going to get that budget or the majority of it.
Right.
And then like they're looking for people to stream like 20 million a week. Like
a lot of fucking.
Yeah, and it's like that's like an unattainable goal for a lot of people. But like at the same time, you look at some of these people's like Snapchat, TikTok, bits, and they got 15, 20,000 views on this page, and I got 20,000 views on that page, and it's like, now it's building up a momentum where that's where people are going to start looking. The top 5 record labels are going to start looking.
Is the whole let's say 93 one JAMZ and their listener base, is a lot of the relationship with them have to do with like artists like going viral? Like how do you start playing an artist more if it's like, because to me it's like you're dropping a bag and campaigning this shit crazy, or what? You have to get people involved, right? Like,
at the end of the day,
are you guys getting people? I don't know. Like, are people calling you guys like crazy? Like, yo, we really like that one dude, that You a Legend song. Like, play it. 608 Trace. Like, who is that? Is that how it goes?
It's not how it goes anymore. That's definitely some 1990s, early 2000s type stuff. Like nowadays, it's Twitter, it's texting, it's digital means. Like people don't really call in much.
It's engagement, and it's engagement online.
Mm-hmm. At least in the Madison area, it is. Like maybe in Chicago and Dallas and Miami and New York, like some of the bigger markets. There's a lot more live emphasis, but at the end of the day, consumers right now are like we're on Instagram, we're
consuming
on Snapchat.
it, digitally, like in the background of every other app that we're using. And
we at 93 on JAMZ get majority of our requests on Snapchat and Twitter.
Really,
that's where a majority of the interaction comes from.
Nice.
A little bit in Instagram and Facebook, kind of dead.
Right on.
So like not a lot comes in there. We have a text line that people can request songs and then rate it too. So like we get a few texts on that line, but most engagement really comes in social media. It's real different. They get excited when they get a response from an entity brand like that.
Right. Okay. I got another question too. So like a lot of times, right? And I'll be in the car with my daughter, straight up, dog. I'll be in the car with my daughter, like she'd be like, "Dad, is that your friend?" Talking about you, and I'll be like, "Yeah, baby, that's DJ Fusion." And then it'll be like, "Yo, this is your boy Drizzy Drake. You rocking with DJ Fusion." It'll be some celebrity or something shouting you out and shit. So like, how does that go? How are you getting these shout outs, or like, are you doing something for them? Like, how's that?
In the grand scheme of things, like I'm not just on the radio in Madison. I'm on 10 other radio stations.
Right.
I do a syndicated program.
Right.
So when I play a record one time, it's not just one time. That's actually showing up in a bunch of different places at a bunch of different times.
Databases all at once.
Yeah, like one spin is like 10 spins.
Right.
And the number of stations that I'm on, is always kind of varied a little bit. Sure. It comes and goes. But like that's where it really comes in. Like the record labels are coming. Like Drake signed to Universal Republic. And I got a 20-year relationship with Republic Records. They're the ones who enabled me to bring Young Gravy to Madison for Taste of Madison.
Nice.
Love or hate Gravy or what happened. Like that was a pretty epic situation.
Bro, shout out to y'all.
And like we had 15,000 people for a hip hop show.
It looks pretty awesome.
That headlined Taste of Madison incident free.
I love it.
Like that's dope, bro. And we had local openers on the stage too.
I love it, man. Young Gravy, bro. If you watching this, bro.
But, like the Universal Republic Records, like when they fostered the relationship with Drake, like they brought him out in 2008, 2009 with that Best I Ever Had single. Mm-hmm. Like he went and cut liners for like 600 DJs.
Right.
And, that was the only time he really ever did it. So, like you get, like to get those drops, like if you don't get it like right before the artist blows up, you're never really going to get them.
Interesting. Nice.
So that's kind of where I get a lot of those. Nowadays, 2022 though.
That makes sense.
Now that we can do like Zoom interviews, if I can connect with somebody on Zoom and we can send them our liner scripts and get them that way too. So it's gotten a little bit easier, but most of it's about the relationship. Like a record label wants me to do something, so they're going to give me all the assets from the artist that they can.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're going to make sure. Record. Yeah, they're going to make sure I got an acapella. They're going to make sure I got an instrumental. They're going to give me a liner from the artist. So now.
So that'd be a good thing for an independent artist to have, like if they were trying to get you to play them a song or something. If you got all of these assets, right? You got that, like we said.
They've given me no reason to say no.
Right.
Now, if I say no, I'm just a hater.
Yeah.
If you only send me a dirty version of your song, I can't really help you because I'm working in radio and I don't have an outlet where I'm playing explicit content.
Yeah, I learned from experience that, like half of good marketing is just making it easy on people. Like if I can, if you're like, yo, do you got this, and this? I'm like, oh yeah, check your email. It's already in there. It's a folder. It's got everything you need. Everything's metadata, listed, labeled properly. Everything's in there.
There's no reason for me to say no.
I used to give Boss Lady, like when we were promoting my projects, my mixtapes and shit, she would let me come in there and we'd talk about them and whatever. And I would always pull up with a couple pre-recorded drops and one-liners and shit. And she just loved it.
So, for any of y'all artists that are listening right now, just reach out to the DJs and ask for their drop scripts. Yeah. Ask for the liners. If you know a radio personality, ask them for it. Like if you were to hit me up and be like, yo, I've submitted a song to 93 on JAMZ. What are your liners? I would give you the same liners that we would send to Drake or to Republic Records or anybody else. And you could do them. Like, I've got them back from a bunch of local people, man. Like, Ted Park and a bunch of different guys.
Okay.
And some guys say they will and never do. Right. But at the end of the day, if you send me your song, and you send me a 10-second drop introducing your song,
Right.
I'm going to put all that together and make a presentation because that's what this is about.
Right.
It's about opening that door. It's about empowering it. And it's also offering the listener something more than what they're going to get if they open it on Spotify or Pandora or
bro.
iTunes. It's like a personal connection.
That's why I fuck with you, bro.
You know, and that's
My
what
boy's
it's about.
got the vision, bro. He's got the understanding, bro. He's got the relationship, you know, with music and the artists and you know, in the community, bro. And I really like what you're doing, bro. And I'll be quite honest, bro. Sometimes, like, I listen to the radio. Like, I could just look up whatever I want on my phone, but I listen to the radio sometimes. I like hearing you talk and what you bring in.
So that was never what I wanted to do. But that was like an evolutionary change in order to keep the things that I wanted. If I wanted to have a local show for local music, I'd have to be a personality. You know, like I had friends that were program directors. If I wanted the mix show, you know, like I've been doing the Friday night and Saturday night mix show for 14 years now.
Fuck.
You know, and like if I didn't go in there and have that on-air shift and like maintain the rest of the station, there's really high odds that we wouldn't even have that weekend mix show.
Right.
So in order to maintain just having the cultural aspect of the station there, like I had to come in and go against not only my comforts, you know, my comfort like zone, but like learn something totally fucking new. Like I have no experience being a radio personality. None.
It's crazy. Low key, who put me on you was I was put on to you long fucking time ago by Taz Raw. And I think we were both on a mixtape you did with Ace Hood, Street for the Streets.
Yeah. Bringing heat to the streets.
Bringing heat to the streets. Yeah, it was on that joint. And he, you know what I mean? And I was just like, and you was like just, you know, you could tell the love was there, you know what I'm saying? Like between you and him, like early on. And like he was just always like, yeah, DJ Fusion's the man, bro. And I was just like, damn, you know, and then, you know, just watching you, listening to you, growing throughout the years, hearing you talk right now, you know, because, like, we've been cool for a while. We, you know, see each other, what's up, you know, smoke a little, whatever. But, like, even right now, like, this is, like, we're getting in deep, maybe a deeper conversation than we ever even had, bro, right now. Like, you know what I mean? So this is cool. And, you know, and I see what you've been doing with Chaos, with the giveaways. And, like, you know, like, that's amazing, bro, because you know damn well, like, that's just made so many people, parents and children's holidays, bro, in a time when, you know, people are dealing with a lot of shit in the holidays.
You know, I gotta shout out Chaos because first and foremost, all of those things, you know, AFGM all day, bro. All those things were things that he did first. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing the Christmas, like he was, you know, collecting money and giving out gifts to some people. And I was contributing. I was giving him money. And I was just trying to be a part of the cause, right? And then I kind of came into my role at JAMZ, and I'm like, I've got all these resources.
Right.
Nobody here is using them. Nobody here, you know, on the staff at that time, you know, was giving any two shits about the community trying to use it. So I'm like, well, why not? You know, like they're asking me to come up with stuff. So I'm like, well, all right. You know, I hit them up, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to take this over, but like, you know, can I bring some more to the table? Can I make this bigger? You know, like bring more resources to the table.
It's really beautiful how it's grown, and you know, Chaos and me are pretty tight. So he shared a lot of stories with me, just like things that have happened and people that have approached him, and man, that's just a beautiful thing. You know, when I was a kid, there was times where my mom went to the shelter or something and grabbed like what little toys she could, or like she got. I just remember one time it was like 14. I was like 13, 14. It was just like these little tiny kid toys, and that's all we had to open. But it, you know, it was the fact that my mom tried, and she swallowed her pride and wrapped those presents up and put them under there for us, just so we had something to open and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
sometimes they come wrapped in newspaper. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you take what you get. But like, you know, we took a look at our situation, and we're like, this is something that we can help with. You know, like we're in a situation, we're in a good position, so. When we started out that Gifts of Christmas toy drive, we each took like $500 or $1,000 and just put up our own cash, and then started it from there. I think the first year we put up $500, and last year we put up $1,000. You know, then like Luke came in, Badger City Auto. Luke came in like $2,000. and like Julia came in with like the same, and like next thing you know, like we got like 10 grand worth of toys donated,
Right.
and then we give them all out for free,
Mm-hmm.
all out for free. And we found we were dealing with a lot of families that were getting turned away from toys for tots and from other different toy drafts. So there was obviously a need to continue helping people, and it's about community. So it's not always about hip hop. It's not always about music.
Right.
Like
Nah,
I'm not from Madison, but I live here,
Right.
and I got a family here. My kids go to school here. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So we've got to make this community what we want this community to be.
100, bro. Honestly, that's why this place is my home. I'm not from here either. Where are you from, by the way?
Well, I mean, I'm from Wisconsin. I graduated high school in Reedsburg.
Okay,
I lived
word.
there for like 10 years. I lived in Superior for about 10 years.
Word.
And then, when I graduated, I went and lived out in Denver for a couple of years, and
Nice.
then came back.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm from Beloit, Janesville area. Moved up here when I was 19. And so I've been here for like over 10 years. But I've also, like, during that time, I was traveling around the fucking world, really. And all my travels and all the places I was, and I took my time. So I got to spend, like, quite a bit of time in a lot of different places. And, I still come back here and I just love it, the ambiance of the city on the isthmus and the lakes and and fucking James Madison and fucking the skate park at Central, Willie Street. Fucking just the chill vibe. Like, it's got the big city vibes, but it's also got like the Midwestern small town humility, and it's you don't gotta watch your back too crazy here, you know what I mean? Unless you're fucking psycho.
Yeah, to do some stupid shit.
That's what, because I came from a place where I felt like I always had to watch my back.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like, for me to come here, it's just like, man, this place really changed my life. And I saw progressive, productive people here. I'm fresh out of like a town where no one's doing anything. I have no role models. I broke away and was just like, I know I see something better for myself. And this place, fucking I'm raising my family here. Like, this is my home. I love this place.
Dude, Madison's a beautiful city. Like we have issues just like anybody else, any other place, but like, at the end of the day, like, this is still a beautiful place to be. There's a beautiful music scene here.
Yep.
And the lakes are beautiful, And
there's no like major label presence here, and it's not like a major hub for the music. So it does feel like there's somewhat of a ceiling here in terms of exposure and what you can do. But
that's a fact.
Let's face it, we do have the internet though, and let's be real. Madison is a fantastic place to build an organic homegrown following. It's a great place to develop. It's a great place to do all of those things simultaneously. If you're like me and you're raising a family while you're doing it, and you're doing all, you know what I mean, like. For me, it's great for me to be here and be that guy that's from here when I go other places, and I go pop out for a week or two or even a month, and people treat me with all the love and respect and the welcoming, and then I leave. You know what I mean? I go back home where it's chill and I don't got everything crowding my mental space. I'm good. I really found a balanced way to make it work. I love this fucking place, dog.
I love it too, man, and I know I'm not leaving here anytime soon. So I'm just striving to not only open as many doors as I can for artists, but I want to make Madison radio better, and do everything that I can to use my platform and privilege to make the community better.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And that's what 608 Podcast is all about, is giving people in the 608 a voice to the rest of the world, because I have a pretty spanning network and my viewers who also have tons of networks. So it's like, here we are, what I'm saying, giving the 608 gonna make the 608 a household name.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I'm happy to have you here, bro. You a heavyweight out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, DJ Fusion has definitely put me in a lot of great positions and showed nothing but love and respect on the music side from the perspective of an independent artist. Like I said, you making dreams come true. Motherfuckers hear their show their song on the radio and show their family, show their girl. Like it. Bro.
Well, and it's also building towards, like I also worked, I also made sure you had all your paperwork right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I made sure that you were in media base and BDS, because
you did put me on
even if you're, getting pennies on the dollar, you're owed that.
Yeah, definitely. We barely getting it as it is. Like, you might as well get yours.
Might as well get every penny.
And just get in a good habit of establishing. Once you finish a song, you're getting the necessary files. You're backing those up. You're registering your copyrights and with ASCAP and Sound Exchange and Mediabase, and you're going down the list. Every time you got a release and it's done, boom, 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 make sure it's all good. You get in a good habit of that. Now you're always good. You're not missing anything.
But you know what else you got with that too, though? Now you got a 2-year log of every time that song's been played on every station.
Thank you.
You know where everything's
the data.
at.
That's for your benefit too. That's for your benefit, as far as how much your shit's getting played. It's also for your benefit for how much you're getting paid, and it's also for your benefit as leverage to do things in the music industry.
Yeah, the leverage is the main thing, because when you go to certain outlets, you don't get that leverage if you don't take the time to send that email. Because the thing is, like Mediabase and BDS, it don't even cost no money.
See,
it's an email. It's a 5-minute email.
I'm super glad that we're talking about this, because honestly, it is a huge part of my mission as an independent artist and a DIY pioneer to create a sustainable career for myself, and to also just basically just replicate it and show my brothers and sisters in music how to create sustainable systems where you're at least making your nut, and you're at least have your all of the things before mentioned, and your website with some mechanism of driving traffic to at least buy merch and or tickets to shows, or to tip you on Twitch or whatever it is that you do.
Even these podcasts, I do video interviews with artists. I've monetized all that, between YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And now it ain't a ton, but
keep watching the podcast. I need the watch hours. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm halfway there.
Watch hours are huge.
I need those.
If you get it monetized on every platform, I make $200 a month on Instagram, and I make maybe $80 a month on YouTube, and I'm making 100-ish on Facebook. And all I'm really uploading it in one place, and then it goes out to the rest of them.
See, I'm always diving into the platform and the back end of it. You know what I'm saying? I actually just got a notification that said they wasn't gonna monetize my Instagram. I don't know why. I got 5,000 followers. I posted good shit. All right.
I'm just doing, was it Instagram Real Play? I believe is what it is, and I've been doing that for 4 months now.
I might have to show you what my shit's looking like.
I've got 9,000 followers, and I think my videos.
Because I post a lot of shit, and I own all my shit. I create everything. You know what I'm saying? Me and my crew.
I found, for me, the bigger thing that helped me was I have a few different friends that have accounts with 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers.
Nice.
Getting them to share it.
Nice.
That rakes up money. I mean,
yeah.
One share, it gets me $50.
The Facebook and Instagram is the ones I need help, because the YouTube, I just need the watch hours. I really, I just got going with the podcast and consistent content. So
I found, for me and my platform and my plan, put the full interview up on YouTube. And then try to break it down into snippets.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And to go into other places. Now I'm trying to then also work against, I'm doing interviews with independent artists who they don't necessarily want that. They're like, well, I want that whole interview up on Instagram. Are we doing this for instant gratification, or are we actually trying to do this?
Yeah. I think some people, they're only thinking of it at surface level, because a lot of times there is a way that these algorithms work. So there's people that study the algorithms. You can do your own research and in conjunction with what they say and figure out Reels. We all know Reels is a huge thing right now, because it's short form content, it's long form, which I feel like it requires. It was an adjustment, so not everyone. You know what I mean? So not everyone is just posting high quality Reels.
No.
So
a lot of garbage.
Yeah, but the fact that there is, now they got captions on everything, and there's just so many ways to experiment with to get engagement and just really up the level of your shit. You just gotta put that time in. I know I sure the fuck am doing that right now, because this is nice. I do the podcast, hour setup, hour podcast, an hour dumping and editing, another hour uploading and whatever, and then it's pretty much there. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
then
that's about right though.
yeah, so 4 or 5 hours or so. But then I gotta sit down and scrub through the whole thing and chop it up into reels, and that's usually what takes like 4 fucking hours, 3-4 hours.
Yes, I do the same thing. You know, I'll get a 20-minute interview,
but hey,
turn it into 10 2-minute reels.
8 hours of work, I got a motherfucking shitload of. I got one nice long form video and a shitload of micro content in reel form that I can do a lot of things with. I can give them to the person I'm interviewing. I'll have a folder for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and it's nice and it looks really good.
But then you can strategically release all those pieces over a calendar amount of time.
Exactly.
And you don't have to release the same ones all the time too, because you can take like the Kasky one and put a snippet up now, and then you throw a snippet of Chaos and a snippet of me.
That's what I'd be doing. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Yeah,
exactly
that.
Yeah, and you're just
mixing it up and shuffling it up and keep going back to old ones. Because it's just all tidbits of wisdom that people can just absorb while they scrolling and swiping. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
Sliding and slithering.
Man.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. So, again, you know, just a reminder, like, we going into a new age, you know what I'm saying, where there's all these micro forms of educational content, micro forms of income streams, micro forms of opportunities of engagement online and in the physical, you know what I mean?
Right.
Lots of different ways to monetize yourself as a brand, you know what I'm saying? I'm really hoping I can get these watch hours and start doing this, because this is I've already had so many fucking opportunities and so much shit coming because of this podcast.
Yeah, YouTube's a little slow roll, but you know, like if you can get the other real play going, you know, like I don't know, you know, you just got to keep staying with it. It took me 2 or 3 times to get it, but I mean,
I do have a drop shipping merch store on my Instagram and Facebook. So you click the little shop thing, and it's just like some 608 Trace 420 Crew merch, and it's drop shipped. So I don't have to. I don't have that product here. I just put the design up and got the mocks together and connected the store.
And then they send it right to the customer.
Yeah. So now, and then I can, you know, as I get new imagery and come out with more art and more merch designs and shit, then I can make new shit and just design a whole bunch of new shit. So it's about creating things, using the tools and technology to work for you as well.
Right.
Which another thing I want to mention to you. Do you know about Bopper?
That's the card thing, right? You tap your phone on it.
Yeah, they got cards and bracelets, or just the button. Like you just like.
Yeah,
have you seen it?
I think Chaos told me about it.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't actually done it. My phone's way over there.
Oh my gosh. I just want you to see this, bro, because this is a tool, bro. It's the technology that helps you work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So wirelessly, you're DJing, you're in the club, people, it's loud. People are trying to yell in your ear shit
all the time.
They want this song and that song, right? You could have a form, a landing page with requests where people just type in the request. It's digital. You could leave an iPad right there with the bopper. They just bop their phone. They put in the request.
It didn't come up. Let's do it one more time. I mean, it popped up, but it's not like loading.
Is it there?
I'm not on your Wi-Fi, so I just had to. Yeah, there we go.
So look, so right.
Yep. All right. So now, this is dope. It's got your picture.
What are you seeing? Yep.
It's got your name, tickets for your High Festival, your Vibe High Fest. Yeah. Links to all your social medias, your Venmo.
Cash App, literally everything that I have a social app for, any connection point, whether it's a payment system, a social media, my website, I have direct links to the 608
look at that 608 podcast
playlist,
right in there.
The merch store, like literally everything. And anything there could be a landing page for, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Boom. And then you got this thing like connect with 608 Trace.
Right, so, and then you can join my email list, basically. Boom, now you're in my system, and it's all automated, basically. The work has been taken out of it.
So what's the realistic, like what's the cost of the bopper? Like, because that's a dope tool.
Like $20.
See,
they're even cheaper when they're on
everybody should have.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we're smoking $20 today, you know? Like,
you know what I mean? Like $20, bro.
That's realistic.
And the cool thing, you still got it up?
I don't.
All right, pull it back up real quick. Just like swipe back from the bottom. So you go.
Probably got to go to history. Well, I'm just gonna bop.
All right, do it again. Because this is.
You get like paid. Do you get paid per bop?
No, but you know there is an affiliate program.
God damn it!
Did it go or no?
No, my phone.
There's an affiliate program where anybody you'll see there's a link on my.
So now it just doesn't want to bop.
How's it going? Here.
Did we bop it too many times?
No. That's weird. Sometimes you gotta like, it's like in the field. It has to kind of come out of the field.
It's all good though. But I mean, honestly though, it's a really dope concept, and I could see that as a DJ. Like, you know, that would solve a lot of my problems in the night. Like, here, boom, boom, get out of my face.
Boom. They got all your information. They got links to your toy drive where people can donate to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Literally everything is right there for them. And you can also do just like the direct button where it goes directly to one link. You know what I mean? If you're promoting something.
And at $20, bro, you really can't go wrong.
Bro.
You really can't go wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
$20 well spent. Everything. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, very well spent, man.
Yep. Some of my homies from my hometown, Blue, Wisconsin, invented this shit.
Really?
This is their shit, yeah.
That's dope.
Yep. Jarek Hackham, Matt Nemitz, who is also...
I've seen advertising for it. You know, it's not something that I've just seen, you know, between you and Chaos. Like, I mean, I've seen it out there.
Yeah, we're really trying to get the shit off the ground because when a lot of people have it, it's going to allow the connection that we're going to be able to do and the accessibility with it. Because right now, like I got to bop you again, right, to get that page back if you closed it out.
Right.
But if you have the Bopper app, then it automatically just saves right there. So you can recall anybody. I could be like, oh, yeah, his toy drive, here it is, the direct link. I just go to your shit, boom. QR code, scan their shit, boom, putting you on. You know what I mean?
Right,
we all just connected.
I'm missing out because I'm not on that Bopper network.
Honestly.
But it's not even a social network, but it's a social network because it's keeping you connected.
Bro, I'm saying.
And it's putting all the connections.
And it really is a tool, bro. It really is awesome.
It's the best $20 you're going to spend this year.
I love it. Like I said, half of good marketing is just making it easy for people. Well, how easy is that?
It's overcoming an objection without knowing that was an objection.
Exactly.
You know, that's
like
the real
iPhones make your life so easy without you even knowing it.
Yeah, and that's why you keep buying them.
Exactly.
You know, all day.
Fucking amazing.
You know, and then they keep all your devices connected. Like mine connects to my laptop, to my desktop, to my phone. It's like, I got one file on one. It's on all.
I'm saying, yeah, I got one for you. I'm gonna give you one for you.
I got you. Let's bop it up, man. That's official.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that. That Blue Dream Gelato hitting nice.
Man, bro.
It'll burn itself out.
My grandma would say, you shit the bed. Let the joint go out.
Right.
You shit the bed there. Go ahead.
All right. Well, let's get her back in rotation.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you a question, man, because I don't know a lot about you.
Sure.
What got you into music? Because, you know, like you're super creative, dude. Skateboarding, music, video. Like you're doing everything. I mean, you're doing graphics, too. Mm-hmm. Like, what got you in this?
Man, you know...
self-propelled movement?
It's just, it was a very natural thing. Like, I grew up with my mom. She was a single mom of 4 boys. Our dad, me and my older brother's dad wasn't really around. My older brother was also my cousin on my dad's side. We had the same mom, but our dads were first blood cousins.
Okay.
So our families were also interlocked on our dad's side. So it was a pretty huge family and really cool situation. And I had a lot of, but then I had my dad's family as well, and I had my mom's family, and I just had a lot of family, bro. And they all were very different musically. Like my grandma listened to the oldies, my grandpa listened to classic fucking rock, my dad listened to heavy metal, my brother and his family listened to a lot of country. I was always hanging with my boys because my dad wasn't around and my mom was working all the time. So I listened to rap, and I was around them, and I was skateboarding, and that's hip-hop culture. Mm-hmm. And I also had a cousin who played guitar, and then naturally I just started, like in 6th grade, I wanted to play the drums because we had a choice between band and orchestra and all that shit.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to play the drums. And they tried to tell me, nah, because they had a lot of people in the drum program. But I didn't want to play nothing else. I had my mind made up.
You had it made up, so you were sticking it out.
My mom marched me up there and, did her thing.
And put her foot down.
Now I'm playing drums. So I played drums in middle school up until about 9th or 10th grade, the beginning of 10th grade. And I started moving around a lot. Marching band snares and all that shit. And, I played a little kid at my grandma's house. I had it in the basement. I play over there once in a while.
That's dope.
I was in a little jazz band. So I had just like a very eclectic fucking musical.
Yeah, I did too.
Everything was coming at me from all different angles. So, man, and then I just naturally liked to rap with my homies and shit and doing that. And people really thought I was good.
Well, you are, bro. Like, you're a vibe.
I mean, I might not have always been.
No, but everybody starts somewhere. I mean, if I were to give you like my first DJ mix, compared to the mix I did earlier today. Like not the same person.
Baby. But truth be told, bro, shout out to my brother Bilal Lamir Hammett, who's been missing for over 11 years
a
now.
Decade now.
Yeah, since we was shorties, man. And he was the first person I ever touched the mic with. We took the headphone, plugged it into the microphone jack of the computer, played the fucking CD on a boombox in the background,
and started rapping.
And then just started rapping and recording that way. First little free downloadable Audacity digital recording program. My grandpa built computers, so I was always, and I really naturally always loved computers. I was a fast typer. I don't know, my mom was pretty intelligent. I think I got some of her intelligence because my dad's actually really intelligent too. He won't admit it, but he is. But my parents were both very much like wild children. Like my dad was drug, sex, and rock and roll. My mom was she was a dancer and a fucking many other things.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I grew up around a lot of chaos, bro, and I just was a black sheep. I just went into my own skateboarding zones and my little writing poetries and making music, and I stuck into school as much as I could. I did graduate, and I did go to college, and I did graduate. But
that's awesome, man.
But yeah. And then literally I was about to go to college. I got a $38,000 scholarship to go to Milwaukee School of Engineering, and I would only go to school for like half the days out of the year.
Yeah, that's true.
School wasn't really that hard to me. It was very easy, actually. Motherfuckers, I wouldn't even be there half the week. Motherfuckers would still be copying off my papers. I'd still be getting my work done.
You like this?
Yeah, man, I'm high as fuck, but yeah.
We got to finish her. Got to put her down.
It just all led. It was so many things that allowed myself to become independent and think outside the box. I was in an alternative school in middle school, experimental educational program with my homie Kid Super. He was in the program with me.
Okay.
My brother, a couple of our friends, Will Erickson, he lives up here now. And they gave us laptops in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. They said, you guys don't have to take any classes, but you can if you want. Here's a list of things, concepts you need to know by the end of the year. You can work at your own pace. You can go outside. You can have lunch whenever you want. You do whatever the fuck you want.
That's kind of dope.
It was.
Kind of make the experience what you want it to be.
I taught myself how to teach myself and how to use computers to teach myself and look things up and use my mind to put together projects. I always like doing art.
Yeah, that's sick, man. That's super sick.
So it was a culmination of all those things, and it just always left me to be my own self. I didn't have judgment from my family. I was always free creatively. I don't know that shit.
That's what set you free at this point, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Appreciate you sharing that. That's awesome.
For real.
Yep. My family has been in music since I was in diapers. My grandfather was in a barbershop quartet. He had 5 sons, so my dad and his 4 brothers, they had a band. They toured with the Doobie Brothers in the 70s. They put like a 12-inch album out. Now they're kind of doing like some weird Christian shit. I support them, not my vibe.
Yeah, I feel it.
But, I never got into like singing and songwriting or playing an instrument. So I found my expression, through turntables and DJing. And, it was a journey. And I found hip hop along the way. I was listening to hip hop, but it wasn't like growing up in Wisconsin, you can get everything. You can get some rock, you can get some funk, you get some soul, some hip hop, some country. You get a little bit of everything.
And I grew up in Beloit, which is the very center of like Milwaukee, fucking Madison, and Chicago.
Yep.
So it was always easy to shoot out for an hour to go there. So we were always taking trips to the cities and shit, growing up. And just where we were from, it was all diverse. And Beloit is it's a lot of Latinos, a lot of black people, a lot of white people. It's nice, honestly. I kind of like that part of it. You know what I mean? Here, it's a little on the lackey of the culture side here. It's
getting better.
It is.
It's getting better.
It is. I will say that. But the
landscape has changed.
I'm definitely getting me some decks. I'm finna DJ and scratch and.
It's like you. I think you'd be successful with it because it's just counting. It's a lot of counting and knowing music production and theory.
Right.
Like how long the hooks are gonna be. How long the verses are gonna be. You know,
I'm trying to like really tie in so many different elements because I really just am fascinated with music so much and how like I refuse to learn one instrument at a time because to me I always wanted to know. I was like, all right, if I do this on here, what is it on here? You know, and what is it on, like, how can I layer the harmonics to get, like, I don't know, it's fascinating. It's so dope how you can express yourself through these things. And it's coming from you.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's just a tool.
You know, I tried making a couple of beats, and that like never was really my thing. You know, I had a recording studio for a little while, and worked with like LUV and a couple of guys, and that was all right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the
What
day,
makes
like,
you happy, man? You know?
yeah, no, it was a fun experience, but it wasn't like a profitable experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't take it seriously. It was all in house, but radio's always kind of been like what's like, you know, it's been like the professional passion.
Right.
That kind of, you know, the bug that bit me in like 2005 and never let go. Because I didn't even start out in radio as a DJ. I started out as a rave DJ, playing house music and shit. And like 5 years into it, you know, in 2001, Wisconsin passed a bunch of rave laws, and like basically you couldn't, you know, we couldn't have like any of the raves at the Alliant Energy Center on New Year's Eve or anything anymore. So the whole scene,
I remember going to those.
Yeah, the whole scene really changed in like 2001, and that's when I went out west and found out like, oh yeah, they had already had that change like years before us. So along the way, you know, somebody taught me to play dance hall and reggae music, and I got pretty decent with that, and I learned how to scratch. And then a couple of radio guys were like, yo, can you do that with some pop records?
Mm-hmm.
And never looked back.
That's fucking awesome.
Took one opportunity, and you know, I was just like starting to scratch and mix up pop records with dance hall and hip hop beats, and
I love it.
You know, like,
just love how it's just like music is a learning and growing journey of evolution of the mind, body, and soul, and just connecting with people. And like, okay, like, and I say this before, but like Comic-Con, you know, that's it brings all the nerds together, you know what I mean? The fucking you know, all these different things that bring people together, but music is like really the universal language that brings everyone that does everything together. You know what I'm saying? And just think about some of the most epic ones of ever, like Woodstock and shit. Like people just like literally, you know, like not having the shelter they need, or like the food and the resources, and there's so many people and the city shut down, and it's back in the day when like shit gets really hectic, and just like, you know what I'm saying? So these things that happen that are like wild, and you know, some of the worst tragedies ever just like are the most beautiful times of human beings coming together. And I've really been asking myself what I can do for my community and what I can do for some of the things that I'm passionate about. And you know, like, I really want to do retreats.
Okay.
You know, like take a group of kids, right?
That want to learn.
That want to learn, or it could be troubled youth that want to learn. Anything we could get into the nitty gritty, or it could be some addicts, recovering addicts. It could be, you know, so many things.
Somebody that needs a change. Somebody that needs a motivation.
And we take them camping for the weekend, and all we do is record music and videos in the camper and at the campsite.
Yo, this is like the dopest content creation space.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
like, acoustically perfect. The vibe is right. You got all the tools.
Same.
Like, you'd be anywhere with this, man. You got the full kitchen, full bathroom. Like, let's get 100 miles out in the middle of nowhere and just vibe.
Yep, so I gotta throw the solar panels out. We could exist for as long as there's sun.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, straight up.
That's
like
dope.
DJ Fusion, man. It's an honor to have a 608 legend in the building, man, for real.
It's an honor to be here, bro.
Make sure y'all tune in. Check out my boy 93.1 JAMZ, see what I'm saying? The late night show. Right?
And I'm on afternoons. I'm on 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Shit. Okay, bad.
And then, you know, I'm on the weekends, like midnight to like 3 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays.
Weekends, baby.
You can catch me on Violator Radio, which runs on like 8 different stations every weekend. We kick off on Thursdays in London, England, like 10 a.m. Central Time. But, you know, over there it's like 8
top
p.m.
boys.
Friday. Yeah.
Top boys, top.
Yep. And then Fridays, Violator Radio starts in like Philadelphia and kind of runs down the East Coast through Saturday. And we end in Los Angeles on Sunday night. on Dash Radio Hip Hop X, which is about 20,000 a month listener base. It's a Sirius XM's competition at this point right now.
Nice.
So that's a really nice look there. And then Dash, like 6 months ago, asked me to start doing a Monday afternoon program for them. So I'm doing back-to-back days on Dash, and I'm on another station in like Springfield, Missouri, Friday nights. I got a nice little syndication game going, and I'm working on getting in with this company called United Stations, which basically they take and help you syndicate your show and grow your network within the FM radio community.
And how? Okay, and we're probably gonna be wrapping it up here, but
we'll do a part 2 sometime.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Because I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot already. You know what I mean? Just talking to you here, and just artists. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to rewind the video. Go back to the beginning. Media base.
Actually, you could go to madtownjams.com, the 93 Jams website. I actually typed it all out. I put links. I put instructions. It's been there for like 3 years.
Let's go.
It's all there. There's information for media base. There's information for Nielsen SoundScan. There's also Ask Happy and my links. Like everything that you need to get tapped in.
Straight up.
And then my email address is right there too.
Nice.
So that you can send me your song.
With the proper, the clean version.
And again, like I understand maybe not everybody has one, so if you've got a dirty version and you've got your instrumental, I'm willing to take my time to make a clean version for you, and Trace will,
too.
It's not about like, hey, you don't have it, like, all right, yeah, if you don't have that instrumental and all you got's the dirty version, like, yeah, you're kind of screwed. I'll listen to it, I'll tell you if I like it or not, but like, at the end of the day, like that's not a viable thing that I can help.
Yeah, and just don't make the same mistake next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just come out with that clean version. When you leave the studio,
this is great information for especially you artists here in the 608. Like this is the man who's gonna play your shit commercial radio, and he's syndicating shows across multiple networks. Like my man's is gonna give you an opportunity. So.
I mean, every weekend
he's given me opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, every weekend between Thursday and Sunday, I touched over 1 million listeners.
Are you just loving it? Are you loving radio, loving what you're doing?
Yeah, bro. It's been a long grind, but I love it. I mean, obviously, like it's not like a retirement type thing. Like me being DJ Fusion and going out and being a weekend warrior, and while I'm on the radio in all these 10 markets, I'm DJing 3 to 5 different events. Like that's what really pays the bills, but like that helps to get a better booking rate. It helps to get a better visibility and whatnot. But like radio has been something I've always strived for, like and to be in a syndicated platform right now and it's a self-syndicated thing. Like Midwest Family hasn't syndicated me at this point. Now they're helping me with this project that I'm on now, but like the 10 stations that I'm on right now, like that's representation by myself and by my Violator family. So, we've built that on our own over, I mean, I've been with 93 Jams for 14 years, almost 15 years now. So I've been there for a minute, and we've been doing Violator Radio for 7 years.
That's awesome.
So like we got a run, we got a network, and it's a joy to put people on. And I've never asked you for a dime. Like everything I've done for you and for dozens of other artists has been out of the love and kindness of my heart,
bro.
And we put it out there.
Absolutely, bro. And you had that you got that local it's been advertised on the radio about sending in your music.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
So I do Sunday nights at 10 o'clock. It's called Local Love.
We appreciate that.
It's all about independent music. Now I try to make it all Madison music, but I don't get enough submissions, so I have to play some regional stuff. But like everything that you hear for that 30 or 60 minutes of music is all independent music. And then when I do interviews with celebrities, which I do like 4 to 6 a month, I get advice from them. I'm like, hey, I have this show that does local music. Can you give me some advice for artists that want to level up? So I've done like 75 interviews since I started working at JAMZ, and they're all signed artists that it's like, even recently.
You
like
got those on the radio, right?
Yeah. I put them on the radio. So like I did like Glorilla, like recently, like got advice from her. to put out. It's like I just ask that same question in every interview,
Right.
and I play it in local love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like while all the independent artists are listening to their song and getting
My man is. I really appreciate the amount of value that you're giving back to the artists. When really you don't have to. You don't have to at all. Like you said, you gotta. You don't have to make other plans. This ain't even like a retirement thing for you or nothing. But it's you recognizing the position that you and the opportunities you have to open that door further and pass along opportunities, and that's what I respect a lot. So if like real shit, you got anything going on with the community at any time, bro? My arms are wide open to help with anything. You know what I'm saying? Straight
appreciate
up.
that, bro. That's real.
I want to get back to the 608 too, bro, because this place changed my life in a positive way, and they've embraced me with open arms. This is my home. It's where I'm raising my family.
Right now, with this December, we're going to be doing the Gifts of Christmas again. AFGM Media and DJ Fusion. We're going to be accepting donations of brand new toys,
yes,
or monetary donations, whatever is easier for anybody. Mm-hmm. And there'll be more information coming out soon. But we have Cash App, and we have a online donation on the 93 on JAMZ website, and there'll be commercials. If you're a family who's kind of wondering like, hey, maybe I don't know where my kids' gifts are coming from this year, pay attention around Thanksgiving, and that's when signups are gonna come out. I mean, the last 2 years we've helped over 200 families every year with hundreds of dollars of free gifts. Like we don't just give you one gift or two gifts. Like you get a big bag of gifts.
Right.
Like you get to give your kids
some gifts,
something that's gonna make them smile, and it's all absolutely free. It's all absolutely free. We're gonna start something new in March. We're gonna do like April. We're gonna do an Easter thing. Mm-hmm. We do like some free Easter baskets for kids and stuff like that. And then we do the back to school backpack drive in August, where we collect backpacks and school supplies and give those out in the community for free as well.
Nice.
This year we gave out, what was it? It was like 425 backpacks that we put out for free in the community, and every one of them had some school supplies in it. Not necessarily the full school supply list, but like a tangible start to get your year going.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna have to send me the information for all these, because I'm gonna include the links to the information in the description of this video, and just make sure people got the resources, because they out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't.
As a DJ, I get the opportunity to work in the Madison School District and MMSD and MSCR. I've been in the schools. I've seen the kids with the backpacks we've given away. Mm-hmm. I've seen our programs like doing beautiful things in the community. Like every time me and Chaos go to the Walmart on Monona, they mob us, because that's when we get 10 grand in cash donations from the toy drive. We spend it all up there because we can't find any local toy stores to spend the money with.
Right.
So we've been spending it up there. So like every time we get up there, like people are mobbing us and like showing us mad love up there. So
amazing.
we get it in the community too. But it's what it's about. It's about building community.
Straight up.
Every year that we've done it, we've touched a bunch of different families. There's been a few families that have come back twice, but at the end of the day, like it's a lot of families that also pass it on. There's people that came in the first year that we gave gifts to, that they gave us donations in the second year. And they helped us build it up and build community. So, in 2 years of me and Chaos doing it together, we've given out over $25,000 worth of free gifts.
It's incredible.
And it was something that, he was doing like maybe $500 or $1,000 on his own, which is still a beautiful thing. But like, just being able to use that platform.
Just to put a smile on anyone's face. Like, if you have ever struggled or ever suffered major loss or anything, like, man, like people fall into hard times, and sometimes it's an uncontrollable circumstance. If you know someone's struggling with kids and, around that holiday time and they need to benefit, then, pass the information along, you know what I'm saying? Give them the resources. Let's all help one another.
There ain't no shame in asking for a little bit of help, especially if it's there. So,
because it don't matter to the kid. The kids don't. It don't matter to the kids. Like if it's not, if it's not come from you, or even if it,
Well, and here's the thing,
and it ain't even about that.
We're giving the gifts to the parents,
Right.
We ain't asking for no credit.
Well, no,
they have
that's
to tell
not
the
what
kids that this is where they got them. Like,
I didn't mean it like that.
No. But at the end of the day, like we're giving you a big old gift bag of presents.
It's about the children and them getting a smile on Christmas morning.
Yeah, man. That's absolutely what it's about. So take those home. You wrap them. You put your name on that. You make sure like hell, we don't even want no pictures coming back of the kids opening.
Just
like,
be blessed.
Be blessed and spend that time together, because beyond anything else that the toy drive does, like no matter how many thousands of dollars are given away or collected, it's bringing families together.
Exactly.
And that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, man. Because like the holidays are very chaotic and hectic, and there's a lot of pressure, social pressure. There's a lot of pressure from families. It's a lot of it's cold here. You know what I mean? There's so much shit going on. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Chaos New Money, AFGM Media Group, man. Honored to know and be friends with both of y'all, man. And
well, it's an honor to come on the 608 podcast, bro. It's an honor to blow a couple with you here.
You know what I'm saying?
And
chilling.
Just, like, kick it and really get to know you on in an interpersonal level. Like, this has been beautiful, bro.
Yeah, likewise, bro. Same to you, bro. I just hope we get a couple more of these where you get to keep dropping the knowledge, bro. Because like,
I got you.
I myself am soaking a lot up. So I know there's a lot of people that
we'll do the next one. Well, I'll bring you up to JAMZ and have you up on my show. But I'll come back anytime, bro, and we'll make this happen. I got lots of knowledge to share, and we ain't going to get it all out in an hour. So,
straight up.
But I'll come back quarterly. I'll come back whatever. You let me know, bro. Let's make some shit happen.
Yes, sir. 93.1 JAMZ, DJ Fusion. He's a 608 legend, and he knows it, boy. 608 motherfucking podcast.
Violator All-Star DJs in the building.
Get it. I just be taking my time, cause I know I'ma shine. I can't be wasting no time. I gotta be patient for mine. Bitch, I position myself. I seen it the whole fucking time. I painted this image myself. We living right through my designs. Trust me, I know that I'm out of my mind. Had to go out and get a little inspired. Packed on my shit and went west in my ride. Went on a trip, was the best in my life.